Hello. So, this is a bit of an impromptu stream. So the countdown is not really on time because I didn't really pick a time to start. But rather than waiting, I figure might as well get into it. This isn't technically a Coppice dev stream today. This is just me deciding, as I'm going to be working on the stream overlay and doing some design stuff, I figured it may be interesting to some people. I may get onto some unit testing of Coppice later. A lot of stuff that I was going to do like over the weekend off stream, as it were, but I figure just get this done now and stream it and see if anyone's interested. So I don't know if anyone's in chat because I have not really done much announcing this in advance, but if you are, please say hi. This is going to be a rather chill stream. Hi Sinister, how are you doing today? Hi Coco Type, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Let me know what you're all up to today. I'm not too bad myself. I've got a lot of stuff done this morning, cleaning stuff up and various bits and pieces around the house, and now I've got a nice afternoon where I can do some relaxing work on the stream, and then later I need to do some prep because I'm running a D&D game tonight, so I need to start prepping for that. So basically just a nice relaxing afternoon. Oh, you're working on Vapor. Cocktype, you're just checking up. You're Jeff, aren't you? But long time no see then. I don't think we've spoken in quite a long while. So are you mostly working on, what are you working on these days? Is it just Swift Vapor stuff, or is that a personal project that you're working on? Oh, cool. So what's Vapor like? Because I haven't actually really done much of the server-side Swift. Well, I haven't done any of the server-side Swift. I've seen a lot said about it, but I haven't really touched it at all. Yeah, you find that with a lot of server-side stuff that there can be an awful lot of boilerplate in there if you're not careful. But yeah, I mean, so for like small tools is actually quite nice. The command line argument stuff is great. I've actually got a command line tool that I've written that handles all the stuff for Coppice, where it will. I've got a command where it goes and fetches all of the manual from the Coppice website. So I've got a like CMS up there that I've written. That's in PHP, but I've got a script that will go and pull that down and package it up for inclusion in the app, and another one that will actually pack it, like once the app is built, package it all up in a disk image and send it for notarization, and then another one that will actually, once the notarization is done, then send that all up to my server and add the version to the CMS, which was all really nice to build in Swift. I mean, it's a bit awkward for calling out to other stuff because you've got to use NSTAS, but other than that, it's actually quite a nice language for building tools. But, I mean, I'm mostly doing it for Mac development these days. So, let me bring across... let's just hide that. Bring this across. And what I'm going to be doing today is, if I can find where I have put taught. So I'm going to be doing a few key things today. The first thing I want to do is basically fix up my bot, because there are a few things missing. Like, this current state here is fine, but if you look, you'll see as I switch between, the body shifts slightly. I also don't have any blink states for anything other than this, and what I'd like to do is on the sleep screen just make it an animated version. So just have the screen just gently pulse like it's breathing. So I'm going to do some stuff like that. What I also want to do is work on the overlay, because at the moment the overlay, I mean, as you can see, you've got a bar at the top, you've got a bar at the bottom, but it would be useful to have more information shown. So in this bit at the bottom, I do have like alerts that will show up. So there's a question there. I mean, it only just shows up some text, but what I might do is have it show some of my emotes, like a bigger version, so that pops in. And then also I want a sidebar down here, because we talked about how yesterday I was talking with Uli Kusterer and Steve Troughton-Smith, who were on the stream, and they were like talking with me about how we can make the stream stand out a bit more. Because I mean, if you look through like the gaming and development section, there is a lot of stuff that is well, code on a black screen, and there's not much else going on, and it's not particularly visual, especially if you compare it to something like game development, which can be a lot more visual. It's at a little bit of a disadvantage. So we were thinking of having, I talked about having a sidebar, so we could show like videos rolling through of various bits of information about Coppice, and maybe other stuff showing up, so like a rotating thing. Then we could have something where, a bit like we have this here, we can have a to-do list. And I actually had quite an interesting idea there, because I actually use Omni Outliner a lot, and I feel like I could set an Omni Outliner document up where we could do a window capture of it, so it's easy for me to edit. There'll be checkboxes that stuff can be checked off on. I can fully style it to fit in, so that could be good. And then finally, wanting the chat to appear. So probably setting it up so that we can have chat appear somewhere in the UI and get all that integrated and working. And it's just going to be a sidebar that will probably cover up the sidebar here most of the time, but then have hotkeys so that for OBS I can have it slide away and slide back in. So what I think I'm going to do first is just ease into this. I'm still drinking another cup of tea, and I will work on the bot, because that is something fairly simple and is something that I know what I'm doing. I don't need to do a lot of thinking and trial and error. So, and of course, if anyone has suggestions for things, then feel free to throw them in. I mean, I'm wanting to make this stream a lot more interesting, just visually. So, if you have any ideas of what you would like to see in the sidebar, what would make it more interesting for you and more informative for you, that would be great to hear. Right, Silkybot clean. Oh, thanks. Yeah, the emotes. Do I have... Yeah, Twitch emotes. So the emotes, I actually did as pixel art for a very good reason. Which is... Well, for two reasons. One, doing them as pixel art is good, but also they scale up so well. So I could just do an image size, because if you use Twitch's auto resize, it actually scales them down and they don't look as crisp. But if you do this and you do nearest neighbor, these are just 28 by 28 pixels, and Twitch usually do like I think it's 112 by 112. So if I set that to 400 and it just uses nearest neighbor, it still looks the same. It's scaled it up. I mean, the gradient is not... I mean, the gradient's probably a bit better as well. But it just scales up and down perfectly. So that's part of the reason I've done it. Though, I don't know if you've seen... The last two emotes did get approved for me, Sinister. I have the angry emote. And I have an animated emote. Which is not a huge amount of animation, but... That is my... I wouldn't say the full extent of my animation skills, because I have done some other animations that I actually have on the website, but for doing little animations like that, that's probably about as much as I was going to do for an emote. But yeah, I mean, the emotes have been pretty fun to build and design. I did the first draft where they were just squares, but I then added like a bit more color with the gradients and making them a bit rounded and so on, and adding the extra expressions. So I'm really pleased with how they've come out, and they're all versions of this. What's funny is a lot of this has actually come out of Sinister. They've come out of the Dog Swift stream and thinking, oh, I want to come up with an animator, and struggling of coming up with an animator that's an animal, and then realizing, wait, I can do stuff that like I'm better at, like doing stuff in Photoshop and stuff that's using like vectors and stuff rather than hand drawing stuff. I could do like a little robot with a computer screen, And then that came out of it, and it was like, wait, now I've got this animator, I want to use it. Let's stream. So it's sort of gone down that road, so it's been quite fun building this out. Right, so I have... Yeah, surprise. I haven't... So I want plane, which has... Name some of these players. I. I would like to model it Sinister at some point, but it's something like it would be a good thing to do, like learnings of like Blender or something like that. But I think at least for now, I'm probably going to keep it 2D. I have been checking out. I've actually subscribed to the Patreon of the developer for ViedoTube, and they're working on a more advanced version that looks pretty cool. Like some of the capabilities it's going to have. So hopefully as that develops, I might switch it over and make this a bit more advanced. But yeah, I mean, just having a 3D version will be quite nice to have. Even if I just use it as reference for like, animating some of the 2D stuff. So, right. So I've got a blank. This. Alright. Yeah, we are hitting that breakpoint we expected to hit. Return true. Oop, I'm sorry. Yes, I was muted. Sorry. I'm getting very bad at that. I'll mute to take a drink and then completely forget. So to answer your question, Finite Singularity, considering I was muted. So I'm currently working on improving my avatar first. So it's just this little avatar down in the corner, so I'm just doing a few improvements to that, tidying stuff up, and then I'm going to be working on the rest of the overlay. I'm hoping to do a sidebar over here that I need to design that's going to have like the chat and information on what I'm working on, and maybe some like a rotating like series of images, a video showing like stuff about the app that I work on, and then maybe I'll start working on some tweaks to notifications and stuff like that. So hopefully that answers your question. And thanks for pointing that out, Sinister. I will get better at that. I maybe need to build something that will listen to my mic and put an alert in my ear when I'm talking and the microphone is muted. Okay, so export this as happy. Let's change these over. Oh, because, yeah. That would help a lot if I had done this. Export that as happy. Don't want to export from in here. Add this so I can get them all the correct size. Happy talking. And we will change this to happy talking and happy. And that is looking a lot better there. Right, so let's have a look. Right, so let's change my normal expression now. And this should just be a case of exporting. Alright, so plain. Let's do let's do the talking first. Hate how this new export thing in Photoshop, when you press enter, it doesn't actually invoke the export. Normal talking, save, play. Turn them on to off. And this. Export as normal. Then we want the blink. Blink, replace. Let's replace all these. Normal. Have normal talking. We have no more blinks, so hopefully they all appear to line up, which all lines up with that, which all lines up with that. So now let's get into worried. The expression I have when I'm talking and the microphone is muted. I will. I do wonder whether I want a blink state for worried, or whether worried is just like the eyes of doesn't want to blink anymore. Let's have a play around with blink state. I bring this in. Alright, so I've got right eye and left eye. But the other thing that threw me with being muted is that I've actually set up something in Stream Deck for when I'm in Photoshop, but I mean currently it only has one action, so it's not very useful. But that means that it can switch away from my usual Stream Deck thing where I can look down and see that I'm muted or unmuted. So I may need to change that, or at least ensure that I have the mute unmute on my Photoshop page. I was actually playing around this morning because I've got this pre-stream checklist, because I need to be careful not to have anything open that is NDA'd. I have all this where I make sure that I quit all the apps I need to, and I disable notifications, and then make sure everything is set up for the stream. And I've actually spent this morning trying to automate some of this, so I've now been building something in the Shortcuts app that I can, when it works, I can run it from a Stream Deck and press something where it will disable my notifications, quit a bunch of apps, open up OBS and ViadoTube and set all the dimensions and everything. I've got another one that sets my music playing, and hopefully I can get that set up as a multi-action, so I can have a go live button where I press that and it will set the music going, set up OBS for my starting soon, start streaming, and then send out the tweets that I usually send out. So I can reduce a lot of this to just being hopefully just being press a few buttons. There are some things that I can't do automatically, like clearing my terminal, closing various Safari tabs and stuff, and clearing my desktop and getting these apps set up. But I mean, getting things set up and moved over, getting the music going and make sure everything is that done correctly when I go live, that's pretty good. I mean, I've been really enjoying having the Stream Deck. It's really powerful. It's just a little buggy in places, unfortunately. Like, I've been wanting to set up some multi-action so that, for example, when I go to the Be Right Back screen, rather than just pressing the button and all it does is take me to Be Right Back, and then I've got to press mute, and then I've got to press to go to my sleep character, I'd like one button where I can press that and it will take me to Be Right Back, it will mute me and do the character. Unfortunately, for some reason, as part of a multi-action, you cannot do the keyboard shortcuts that would actually give you the that would actually switch over. So the keyboard shortcuts all work normally, but when you try to do multiple at once, it doesn't work for some reason. So hopefully they get that fixed, and then I can have what I want working. Right. Oh. So what I think I want to do here is I probably don't even want that. What I want is this mouth rectangle here. Because I like having the smaller corners, but I want to go like that. What I think I want to do here is make this much smaller. Put it in the middle. So if I set that as blink, move that there. Copy that, paste that, if we stick the eyes on. Maybe we want these to be smaller. Not pixel aligned at all. Up to set that to that backwards. They are the same. Let's delete that, hide that. Over to let's give this a go. So first off, let's re-export this as worried. Turn the eyes off and put a blink. See what it looks like when it is actually live. So worried dash blink. Okay, so we have worried, which we're going to update. And we're going to add worried blink. Oh, I've done it again. Be in there, so all the spacing is correct. Blink. think that looks okay. All we need to do now is we'll get rid of this blink state. Blink there. The eyes back in. A double monitor for the talking. Worried talking. Okay. Place that. Change image. Right, so that is all lined up now. So, 2 more states, and one of them is my favorite state, the angry state. So let's start off, before we start doing blinking, let's get our initial Right, so we'll export this. Yeah, so with the robot, the way I imagine it is that most of the time they don't actually have their arms out. Their arms are sort of like tucked inside until they're actually needed. So when it's angry, sort of like the hatches slide away and the arms come out to flail around. I have an arm template here. They can be waving. So they sort of just retract into the body and then come out only when needed, which is kind of a cheat because it means that I don't have to worry about positioning the arms for most of these expressions, which is a bit of a pain to do. Right, let's stick onto on. Save this. Angry talking. Place. And let's just update these. So, angry. And angry talking. Okay, so that looks okay. Yep. They all switch across just fine. So now let's do some blinking, and I know exactly what I want to do for blinking here. Where are we? Angry. Face. So that is the mouth, which means these are the eyes. So that is right eye. Get rid of all of those. And what I am going to do for the blink, if I get rid of that. Copy, paste. Is all I want. Nope, I don't want rounded corners, I want sharp corners. At 10. About 85 now. Right. So that's 36.62. See you later, Jeff. Yeah, hope you sleep well, and yeah, I'll hopefully what I come up with today I'll be using on Monday. If not, it'll probably be next Saturday around the same time. So we'll see how things go. But if not, I mean, you can always watch on the VODs and see how far I get. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have a good weekend. Okay, I think I want these. Yeah, that looks... There is my blink. So let's just turn them on to off. Edge that down, export. I want angry blink. And if I stick this on, angry blink. There we go. Right, so we have one last one to do. And it's one that is going to require some animation, which is sleep. So I think if I have it, just slowly fading back and forth between this. Hi Manchabi, welcome to the channel. Yeah, it's always great to see other iOS developers. I believe I saw you mentioned on Dave Rower's catalogue, my developer catalogue that he linked to on iOS Dev Weekly. Did you stream yourself, I believe, because I recognise the name. Yeah, I get the feeling that Dave got a lot of people messaging him about various streams that maybe they're watching, so that may be where he found it. Because I know he tweeted about mine. I mean, he was actually the person who encouraged me to start streaming. And because I wrote my blog post about it, it was tweeting about that, and there's Subdigital as well, who does some Swift coding. But I mean, I hadn't seen many other people doing iOS. It doesn't help that there isn't really much in the way of like tags on Twitch for like Apple development specifically. You can sort of do mobile development. But there isn't like a tag for Swift or Xcode or anything like that, which would be quite useful to help us all find one another on Twitch. So how long have you been streaming on Twitch? Like I said, I wasn't able to find many people, but now that I've looked through, I see that people, a lot of their stream schedules are not times that I'm usually looking for stuff on Twitch, or I'm usually watching something else on Twitch. So it's just been interesting to find people, especially as Twitch isn't not really the best for finding new stuff. But yeah, I'm interested how long you've been streaming and how you've been enjoying streaming. So you've been doing it more than a year, and also you do product design for mobile for more than 10 years and started doing the development 3 years ago. Yeah, so that's quite a bit then. And yeah, it's been quite fun for me because I've only been doing it just over a month now, and it's enjoyable streaming because I'm only doing it for my own indie app. The rest of the week I'm doing contract work, and what I'm finding is that when the contract work is bringing in most of the money, it's like you've got the focus there, you've got other people doing stuff bringing you the focus, but when you're working on your own stuff, sometimes it could be a little bit like, well, I don't have to work on this right now technically, so doing the streaming's giving me a lot of motivation of, no, I have these blocks of time when I am focused purely on this, and I have people watching me who are like there, so I have to always be active and actually be focused on what I'm doing. So it's been quite fun using that aspect to make myself a bit more productive and enjoy things a bit more. Right, I'm trying to work out how to actually animate, change some aspects of this animation. So I seem to have a maximum of 5 seconds here, but I don't seem to have a way to actually increase that. Like I can't. Oh, that is the least intuitive thing ever, Adobe. Literally the least intuitive thing I've ever seen. I set it to around 8 seconds. Set that there, and I want that set to 80. I'm gonna go over to here, 90. I'm gonna bring all of these along. Have you interacted with a lot of other iOS devs on here? Because I mean, I haven't seen, like I say, I haven't really seen too many iOS developers on here, so I haven't really interacted with many of them before. I think you're the second one I've really interacted with who's actually on Twitch. Well, actually no, third, because Jeff was in here earlier, Coco Type. There has to be a better way to do this. Let's do some Googling. Oh, no worries, Monshabi. I was just asking how much of the iOS dev community on here have you interacted with? Because I've only really interacted with a few people so far, so I haven't had I didn't realise it was quite so big on Twitch, so I've started following quite a few people. Let me check some of those out and give them a follow. Yeah, I think I found Ava's yesterday, just scrolling through. But yeah, I'm going to be checking out quite a few more of the streams on that list and see what they're like, because it's fun seeing what they're doing and how they have things set up. Just to see what I can change on mine and improve on mine. So it's interesting seeing so many people there. What is not interesting is just how bad this is in Photoshop. If you want to extend the length of an animation, you end up having to drag every layer to stretch on the timeline. You can tell that animation is not Photoshop's strong suit. Yeah, hopefully it would be nice to see more people drop by. I'm currently I'm in the UK, so I'm on GMT at the moment, so or UTC +0. So I'm usually streaming in the afternoon UK time, which is like the morning in the US, and afternoon and evening like Europe and Middle East and so on. I am going to just try saving. Copy and paste that in. Copy and paste that in there. Let's quit Photoshop, because Photoshop is going ridiculously slow, and I struggle to believe that it is entirely down to the fact that I'm streaming, because it should not be dropping to 5 frames a second to animate the opacity changing on a single layer. Oh, so you're in the Netherlands and streaming before your job. I am very much not a morning person, so I could not do a morning stream. Like yesterday was one of my regular streams, and I started about 2 p.m. UK time, and my brain had still not fully woken up. So I'm been struggling, like sometimes just to get my brain going. So let's have a look at this. It is still. Right, let's try this another way. What I am going to do is I'm going to copy this and let's create a new. Well, I needed to do this anyway, really. Do this. Stick a stroke on this. That is done. Then what I need is that minus I need 3 layers, so I'm going to need that. That. Oh, so you're using Ecamm. I don't think really looked into Ecamm. Oh. I might give Ecamm a bit of a look, see what it's like. I mean, I'm fairly happy with OBS at the moment, and it's got some decent integrations with like Twitch and everything, so that I can have things visible. Like my Twitch chat and stuff is visible in OBS at the moment. But I might have a look at Ecamm and see what it's like and how it compares. Layer above. These in addition. Bring this in. Yeah, I was looking at the price, and it's one of those things of I could potentially, like, because I'm doing this for my app, it's something that I could do as a business expense. I'll have a look and see what it's like. I mean, one of the benefits of OBS is it is free, which is quite good. But as you say, it may not be quite as optimized, though it's. I've figured out how to go through the advanced settings to make it use the hardware acceleration, because it was a bit worrying at first when I couldn't find those options and it was using like 30% of a core just to do the encoding. And it's a bit iffy getting audio into it, but I've got that set up now. But we'll see how it is in a few months' time, because I'm still on an Intel Mac at the moment, so I don't need the M1 support yet. But it seems that they are getting some stuff. I believe Apple is actually contributing to OBS now. They've started working on integrating some of the new APIs in macOS Monterey. I think they're in macOS 12.3, which are some new screen recording APIs, some more advanced ones. So it should be like a far more efficient display capture API that lets it do stuff like exclude OBS from the capture and so on. So that should be pretty interesting to see if they manage to get that in and working. But I mean, Ecamm will probably be using the same APIs as well, because it's, from the sounds of it, they're going to be a lot more powerful and a lot more efficient. I think they've only started working on OBS recently. I'm not sure if they're quite the same as Blender, where they're now like donating to Blender, but they were. I mean, let's OBS Monterey screen recording. Let's see if I can find. Right, so here. So this is the link to the pull request that seems to have come from Apple. Ooh. Oh. Okay, that is. But yeah, so that pull request seems to be using the new screen capture kit APIs that Apple have introduced. So it's meant to be a bunch of changes that massively improve the capture rate. It's meant to just make things so much smoother and better performance while using a fraction of the the CPU and the GPU, so hopefully that'll be some improvements, but that's going to require macOS 12.3 to actually work, and they'd need to do a new OBS release. And I think there were some questions about whether it's going to be tied into the branch that is doing M1 support, but it seems Apple is actually doing a lot more going out there and contributing to these open source projects, which is quite nice. Oh, by the way, thank you for subscribing. I only just realized that. So thanks for subscribing, and hopefully you enjoy the various emotes and everything. Right, so now I have all this in here. Let's try animating this again. And this to 8 seconds. What I want to do on here is and the opacity, which is going to go to 3 seconds. I'm going to wait for a second. And it's going to go to 7 seconds. Actually, I've done that wrong, because turn that off, hold that off, and stick that to 100 so that I can go past it correctly. Alright, so I'll delete those. Well, enjoy your the last day of your holiday, and yeah, feel free to come back anytime. I usually stream, well, Mondays and then alternating between Fridays and Saturdays. This is more of an impromptu stream as I'm working on this stream overlay stuff. But thanks for stopping by, thanks for subscribing, and yeah, I'll be checking out a lot more iOS devs all around Twitch. So thank you very much. Right, so I want to point there, point there, point there, and a point there. What I want is at this point, I want to be at 90. This point I want to be at 90. This point I want to be at 80. This point I want to be at 80. If I play now, okay. So we export there for web legacy. Come on, Photoshop, this is not a difficult thing I'm asking you to do. Right, save. Sleeping. I don't think I've ever known Photoshop to be quite as slow as it is right now. Right. So let's bring up this and let's see if we can change this over to a GIF. And hopefully you should be able to see it just gently pulsing the screen as though it's breathing. And if I switch to something else, yeah, it looks alright. There's a little bit of like an outline around it, but it looks alright to me. So let's use the size of this back to 600 by 6. And then we can go through all of our things. So we have our happy, which blinks and talks. We have confused that blinks and talks. Worried. Angry that blinks and talks. Our cheerful that blinks and talks. And finally our sleep that breathes. And with that, I am going to go take a short break to get something more to drink. So I will be back in a few minutes and then we'll get started on some design for the sidebar that I want to add to the overlay. So I will be back in a little bit. See you then. Okay, I'm back. I have a fresh glass of water and I am ready to start working on some overlay. So let's switch over and just restore this. Save it, close, and then we will open Stream Overlay. Right, so we have a fresh screenshot here, which I am going to 50%. Oh, actually, because I'm not doing 1414 and 8. Right, so we have that in. Now, what else am I going to have in? I mean, Photoshop is definitely one. So let's just paste this in and again change it to an 80. Just so that we have something to look at. Then I need to decide how big I want the Xcode. Sidebar to be. I think that may be determined by how big I want this thing over here, how big I want the actual sidebar to be. So let's clean this up a bit. Here to have my character down there, but I think I will. Let's Photoshop up. I can see exactly how big it is. Okay, so that's how big the Robomat is. I think these... I want to keep that there because I want to have this sidebar be grey. So that should be top bar. Is there. A sidebar. Width. Let's try 150 wide and then oh, okay. B. So probably want it to be 300. I would probably want it appearing just below the menu bar. So big is that 80. So we want 1080 minus 18 is 1062. Also probably is a bit of a gradient. So what we can do if we a fill, we can do a gradient overlay. Why is there red tinged? Is it something out in the color profile? Okay. I'll do it that way then. Okay. Or here. Bit. Do I want to drop shadow on it? Because if I do, then I need to drop shadow on pretty much everything else. Now let's get rid of the drop shadow. Instead, a 5 points. 5 points wide. But let's that. That could work. So let's do it as a stroke. 5 picks. Not there. I wonder if it's worth me just removing the entire menu bar. Let's give that a go. Make that the bars. Up. What I want is a background. We're going to be 1920 by 18. At 0, 0. B. Oh, because there's a color overlay. Right, let's copy layer style. Basically, do that as the bar, and we can do And what I can do with this bit what I could do in the inverse. So rather than using this as the header, I could do something like this, where that is sidebar background. Like that. Then you could have that. Move. Of course, the problem is when the sidebar moves, the problem is we won't have chat up there. Okay, let's let's so like that there. Maybe what we do. What if we didn't have it be full length? What if instead took our sidebar, have it like a bit like so it just comes in from the side there. No, that doesn't work. Maybe what we want instead then. Turn it. Our bottom bar, we're shift this along. Hot bar. What this of That's certainly a possibility. Could also better rough way of doing it. There. Back a bit. And that is certainly a possibility. What we'd do is also all that in. Then what we can have copy this sidebar. This can be the top of maybe not. Maybe it does stay there. Okay, have a bar here. And then we can have like a little video going up here, and then we can have chat in the middle. then we can have current. Have tasks. So what we want is just do 60 by 9. Make this black. Have to be straight. No. Okay. Three 304 by 170. It doesn't need to be an 8. Yeah. That would be what? 9, 5. That's roughly 3 by 2. Chat there. The tasks. Oh, let's take our task that we'd created in Tot and have a look at those. Got fix up bot, add sidebar, notification, stream prep. This is going to be add more dates, fix up. At yours on out. So what I want is theme there. That's about personally want document. Be oh, because the owl. Right. Other plastic. Why does it keep changing? Okay, so that's looking better. Column on. Column is going to checkbox. All document. Also want our text to be Y. For the whole document, we want our text to be I can find it. Proxima Nova. This is going to fit sort of down here. Right, you bring up my stream, my iPad, and have a look-see. save up and trapped. Right. So heading level 1. Proxima Nova. Oh, I don't want that. Level 1 rose, I want that to be 80. That's looking a bit better. The status checkboxes look the same either way. Well, let's just get rid of the column. Old document. Have the nice if you can actually. That 14. Hopefully a bit better. This. So for task, there. Let's take stuff off here. No, I don't think we need to make things quite this complex. What if we just add it as a flat list? Because you don't need to see small details. This is just a brief overview of what is going on. Then what we can is we can actually whole document, add that. Don't show the no checks boxes, but we can add a column that is a checkbox column. Drift this over here, size it so it actually looks like that. Then copy this. Paste. 50%. That can go there, and then that means that our tasks can just leave down there like that. Get rid of tasks header. Yes, I think thanks for the follow, Monique Live. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying me puzzling over the design of my overlay. I think what I'm going to do, take that out. Let's throw this in. So need multiple things. So I need to take the sidebar. Oh. That's a fair point. Sidebar isn't there. I suppose that doesn't look too bad when you've got it at the top as well as the bottom. Right, that's going to back in. Shift this up because the chat is quite big. I'll test that. Sidebar. Right, so one thing we do need to do is up here. Get rid of copy. 1, 2. Right, so we want to double this in size. So this is going 9 by 80. Go 4, 5, 6, 9 by 2, 5. These are going 10, 20, 2, going there and back 1. 2. There. What I might do is actually put just a slight drop shadow on all of this. Very faint. Do is add some anchor points. Right there. There. And let's convert these. And shift. Mouse below everything. Sidebar out. I want that. Now that little bit of a shadow makes all the difference. Right. I also in my bar to here. So that should be looking a lot better. So let's try bringing this over. So what I want to do is first off in the bottom bar, over matter. Let's hide. Not the sidebar, this. And then let's save. The top bar copies. At 25. bit. Right, so let's save this. Export as a PNG. Stream overlay. If I come over here to the main screen, I have overlay here. Overt. Yes. That looks alright. Right, so now what we want to do is that full shadow action. Bottom here, bottom bar there. I'm going to get rid of those, sidebar him. Get rid of that bar in. Right, so if we have all this there, I'm going to get rid of the tasks example. I'm going to get rid of the top bar. Put chat shadow on. Get rid of full shadow. What we want to do is get this, then want to off bottom. Then we want to get off. Watch from top. No, actually, I mean, it's going to be coming from behind the overlay, so it doesn't matter. So let's do this. Okay. What actually might make sense is we had the full shadow. Do the chat shadow. that is just basically going up and down like this. That can be in there. But then sidebar. Yeah, that is better. Get rid of the shadow there. Do that. That. Save. Have this as sidebar. We do a new image source. Sidebar. Okay, so we've got our sidebar that slides in and out. So, what we want now on the outline is that. Let's go with that. Let's get a window capture going. That over. Yeah. Stick this in. So now I forget. How we. Crop here. Crop. And go. Bottom drop 50. Let's 150. Right, we'll drop 150. Okay. Some more on the transform. Edit. $290 on the bottom. We can put 1.5. Let's. That one's. Okay, so I think that looks alright. So the next thing that we want to do is going to stream element. Element, go to dashboard, close my overlays, onto new overlay, the sidebar, add an image of the sidebar. Upload. To set this up here. I'll put you here. What we can then do is stick in our chat. Oh, there it is. Okay, delete that. Have chat. And custom. And if anyone wants to start chatting, just posting messages in chat, otherwise I will post some messages. It should start showing up on here. Enable custom font family. Over. I'm going to set chats to white. Okay. Right, well let's make that 280 and that 10. Yeah. 275. Is that is 300? Minus 5 is 295. Yeah. Okay, so I think that looks good for now. So what we'll do is layers. We will hide this because we don't need it. We'll save this and we'll that. Copy this and add ourselves a overlay browser source, which is going to be our sidebar elements. Going to be our URL. Up in chat. Yes, it does. Shift that down into there. Hey! This is looking pretty good. I would still probably indent that a bit more. So let's position and style. Let's indent it by 14. Save that. Test message. Hey, that is looking pretty good. And I can show and hide. So the moment of truth really comes when I bring Xcode up. Shove that there. That looks pretty good. Alright, so last thing I need to do is source. I want that. Hey, and now I have the control to show and hide that. Awesome. Don't have anything for sidebar icon built in. I suppose I can use that for have this. Yeah. This up here. And I can fix up the bot, add the sidebar. I will put something up in the top corner before the next stream. That will probably be similar to what I have. I mean, I may just put stream info up there for now. Like just alternating between some stuff, but it'll probably be some videos and images that loop through as sort of almost like a showreel-esque thing. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how this looks now. I mean, we've got rid of the menu bar, but oh well. Got all that there. So let's finally do a few little things for alerts, because while I have stream elements up, if I go to my alerts, bring up, say I emulate a follower event, it just shows that there. And what I think I can do is make this just a bit better. So what I want to do is go in here, bring back these. I want to go and get my emotes. If I bring this in, right, so if I okay, so let's try just uploading. Alright, so this here go down there. And this I want to lock that. This one Right. So if I bring this over here, you can see what is going on. What I have is I have several alerts. Now, what I'm going to test with this, if I go to settings on this one, I do follow alert and I set image to this. Right, so that is showing that big. So what I want to do, no, where's the... Alright. Let's change image. Let's delete this. Let's upload. Oop. Let's upload 28. Submit that. And we emulate. Okay.
Distant silhouettes, empty horizons. Sing a still duet, affections tighten. Kindred ribbons spring us from our tethers. Rivers drifting vivid and together. Stay by my side. Soft songs in harmony. Stay by my side. Companions kind.
Let's save it. Bash. Emulate follower. Oh yeah, that isn't going on. Emulate follower event. Then let's upload this for a subscriber. We'll submit. Text settings, advanced. Let's set for the follower. Text setting, advanced. 9 and minus 90. So we go here and we go text settings, advanced, and set that to 9 minus 90. And let's emulate a subscriber event. So if we emulate one, okay, so that appears. We emulate a GIF. Okay. Need to adjust all the variations. Which is annoying, but what are you going to do? So, resubscribe, set image, submit, advanced, 9 minus 9. Save variant. Oh. Factory text. I want memory text. Okay, so that one have stuff set there. Into GIF. If it does that. If I emulate a GIF. GIF. Right, so let's emulate these on the stream properly. Eyeball slides in that while those are there. Okay. In fact, let's do make sure the raid alert is on. So for set image, I think for a raid, yeah, because a raid is going to be people coming in. So streaming, exported emote. You will use the worried emote. Text settings. Enable custom font. Approximate. Nova. 222. Leave it. 4. 100. No text shadow. none, but the highlight is white, and advanced is going to be 9 minus 90. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, do it that way. Minus stick. Not expecting to get any raids anytime soon, though we will see, as there seem to be a lot more people in the community. Maybe we will. Let's... Oh, I know why. Minus 90 there, because it's center text. Hey, right. There we go, that is displaying correctly. So I can save that now, and I can emulate that on stream. If I emulate... I need to have this appear for 20 seconds. Clear sound, clear that, clear text. Let's try that again on the stream. Oh, because I need the image to be this. Leave that. Yeah. Follow alert, that needs to be 7 seconds now. Subscriber alert, 10 seconds. Okay. So if I Save. Emulate a raid event. Okay. So, let's have a look and see if there's anyone doing any iOS development. Go and say hi. Not seeing anyone. Nope, so unfortunately nope, I cannot seem to see anyone, and now we're down to the people who are basically just in the wrong section. So I think, as we've gone much longer than I was expecting to go, I think we'll call it there for the stream. I want to thank you all for coming along. We've managed to get an awful lot done. We've managed to get a new overlay set up, new alerts, our new sidebar that can show and hide. So I think we are in a very good place right now, and I cannot wait to use this on Monday on a proper stream, hopefully with a few more improvements. I may and may not be streaming tomorrow, so we'll see. I do have stuff to do, but whether or not I get on the stream just to do a bunch of unit testing, I may not, just so I can put some of my own music on that I like to code to, that unfortunately would get me copyright blocked. So until Monday, when the next proper Coppice dev stream is, I wish you all a great weekend. Goodbye.